Hey guys, hey, just give me 1 second. I'm going to share this broadcast into some of my groups. But hey, in the meantime, to all of you folks, um, and let me just give this shared, get this shared. Okay. All right, it doesn't actually want to work for me. Look, I ain't been on here in so long. And now, okay, here we go. Now I got it. Okay, let's see. I ain't been on here in so long that I don't forgot. Basically, they done changed everything about sharing, but I got it now. Okay, I got it now. And one more share. Okay. All right, so that's it. So, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. So let's talk. Of course, most people have already jumped on the ChatGPT bandwagon, right? I already jumped on the ChatGPT bandwagon. And if you're joining me, just type a Y in the comments so that I know that you're here. And then I can see if you're on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you are. I'm streaming to a few different places. So, ChatGPT has been all the craze for the last maybe a little bit over a year, probably about 18 months. And it surprises me that so many people don't know a lot of the functionality that ChatGPT can do. Okay. Hey, Francis. They don't know what ChatGPT can do, like what it's capable of doing. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just talk to people who, if you haven't dived into the AI pool, if you've been a little bit nervous about getting into AI, then this is for you. All right. We're going to help you dive in, kind of figure out what to do and where to go. But the main thing I want to show you is just some cute little tricks. So we're going to talk about, first of all, just the fact that you can ask ChatGPT for some specific formatting. Okay. You can ask it for specific formatting. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And so we are now inside of ChatGPT. And this is, you can do this in the free version. So don't worry about whether or not it's free or paid. You can do this inside the free version. Okay. So I'm just going to ask it for something simple. I'm going to say, please provide the top selling albums of all time in the US. Okay, and I'm gonna say 5. Okay, 5. Okay, and I'm gonna hit enter. So it's just going. I'm gonna just let it generate, and I'm in ChatGPT 4 right now, but this also works in 3.5. So you can change it here. Okay, so if you're free in 3.5, it still does this. Okay, so it's giving me the top 5 albums. Okay, and so we've got Michael Jackson Thriller, we've got Pink Floyd, we've got Hotel California. I guess that's the album. Okay, and so it gave me this list. Okay, so that's generally how we mostly put things into ChatGPT to get it back out. But check this out. Okay, I'm going to go back to this prompt and I'm going to ask it to do something a lot more simple. Okay. So I'm going to ask it to do the same thing, and I'm going to ask it, put this information in a table, right? And I'm going to list out the columns that I want in the table, okay? So I'm going to say album, artist, number sold. Okay, so the slash, Okay. And you can use a slash, you can use a comma, you can use a hyphen, but I use a slash so I can see it easily. And so it's going to divide it into these three columns, and that's all the information I want. Right. So watch it generate columns. Now, sometimes it does weird stuff like you see code, and you can simply ask it to remove the code if you see that. But imagine being able to get information like this. Okay. You can get information like this, okay, in the code. I mean, in the columns. Okay. So now we've got a table. So you could copy the entire table. Now I want to be mindful. When you copy the table, you select like this to copy. If you come down here and just click copy, it's going to copy code. But you could actually take this into, say, a spreadsheet and copy it. You can take it into other platforms and copy it. Okay. So that's it. But watch when I give it another command. Okay. Convert this to a numbered list. Okay. So I'm going to tell it to take this information and convert it to a numbered list. So I might want to see it and look at what it did. Now it's doing a numbered list. Okay. And I'm going to put, while it's doing that, and I want to regenerate this as formatted text. Okay. And so it's going to do something slightly different with the formatted text. Okay. And then you have a few other things that you could do, right? You can say convert to a numbered list with formatted text, bold and italics, because I wanted to do something different. So if you want to know what all it does, I'm going to show you that in just 1 second, but I wanted to go ahead and do this. And so I'm just really telling the ChatGPT to give me all these different formats, okay, for how I do this. Now, if you already knew all of this, say type Y, because when I taught my GPT class over the weekend, people were saying, I didn't know the different kind of formatting it could do. I didn't know that it could do tables. I didn't know that it could do bullets and numbers. So guess what else it can do? Convert to, I bet you didn't know this one, check boxes. Okay. I bet you didn't know that one. So if you type that you did not know this stuff, type an N in the comments if you did not know that it does all these different formatting. Yes, you can create check boxes. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the other things that it can do. All right. And I'm going to share a different screen. Give me 1 second. Come back in and all right. So here are all the things that it can do. And I hope you guys can see that. I'm going to zoom in some so you can see. Matter of fact, I'm just going to click present. And hey, Damon, haven't seen you in a while. I see Wendy, Damon, Danielle, Narcissa. Hey, nice to see you again. We got Francis, we got Stacy. So hey to everybody. Okay, so take a picture of this screen if you're on your mobile, if you're on your desktop. And then I'll tell you how you can get access to this screen. Okay. So you can go to, it can do headers, subheaders, paragraphs, formatted text, which is when it gets into the bold and the italics. It does bullets. It does ordered bullets or numbered bullets. It can do a checklist. It does hyperlinks, and it does a quote block. Okay. It can do a quote block. And if you're into programming like HTML and things like that, it can also provide code. It can also provide code. Okay. So now let's talk about one other thing that I think is super important. Okay. Um, this is actually part of a course that I've taught called AI for Beginners, right? And so it teaches a lot more of the just simple basics that a lot of people just seem to not know. I think most of us have been prompting for a while and we kind of forgot what all it can do. Okay, but I want to talk to you now just a little bit about the two prompt structures. The most popular prompt structures. So I'm going to teach you guys just a little bit here, um, because I think most of us go in and we do prompting, but we're not necessarily sure what we are doing. Okay. So I'm going to go over just some prompting basics. And again, this is all inside the class, the AI for Beginners class. The link should be in the caption. But there's two types of main prompts that people start out with, and that's an explainer prompt and a role prompt. Okay, an explainer prompt and a role prompt. And you've got the context, the format, the rules, and submission. And in the role, we've got the role piece here. So let's talk about what each of these means. Okay, when you start your prompt, you start with the context. Okay, so you provide a context. That means you paint a picture for what should be happening in the prompt. Okay. So for me, I'm a brand strategist. I created a lookbook for my clients to help them create brand boards. That's the context. So now it has an understanding of where I'm coming from. All right. So next, we're going to do the format. Okay. The format is basically what you want ChatGPT to create as the output. Okay. I wanted to provide a bulleted list of sections to include on the mood board. So now let's go to the rules. Okay. Rules are basically, it refines the prompt. It says, add these things, don't add these things. How long do you want to say, if it's a blog post, how long do you want the blog post to be? How long do you want the words to be? Anything that you want to make sure that it follows as a rule or a guideline. Okay. And it says the list should be less than 10 bullets. Okay, and include colors, voice, and decor. That's what I want on this list, right? That I'm requesting. So I'm a brand strategist. I gave it the context. I gave it the format. I want you to give me a bulleted list and include in the bulleted list these three things. So here's what the full prompt looks like. Okay. So I'm a brand strategist. I created a lookbook for my clients. The lookbook helps users create a brand board, provide a bulleted list for the mood board to include these three and include these 3 points. So that's what the whole prompt looks like. Okay. And again, there's actually this infographic, and these details are actually included in the resource guide for this course. And again, the link for the course is in the caption. Okay. So now let's talk about a role prompt. Everything else is the same except for we add in the role. Okay. And a lot of you guys have seen the role prompt because people say acting as. Okay. So acting as. And so a lot of people will ask me in the beginning, hey, is this like important? Like if I just say I'm a brand strategist versus I'm an award winning brand strategist, is there a difference? And there is a difference. ChatGPT layers in more in-depth information when it's coming from the place of expertise. So it's going to give you solid information. It's going to give you just like basic foundational information if you just say as this, but if you quantify the level of expertise, an award-winning band strategist, a successful marketing copywriter, a successful online marketer, a best-selling author, okay, all of those, okay, a seven-figure earning entrepreneur, an award-winning actor if you're trying to write a script. Okay. So any of those are going to be options where people will it quantifies the expertise. So now when you look at the role, you still start out with the context. Okay, the context is I want to create a lookbook for the clients. That's the context. To help the users create a mood board. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the context. Okay, so I'm painting the picture for what I want. Now I'm going to give the role to ChatGPT. Okay, so here's your role. Acting as a seasoned brand strategist. I'm giving you the role. Then we go into the format. Provide a bulleted list of sections to include on the mood board. Okay, so that's the format I want. Okay, the rules are it should be 10 bullets, less than 10 bullets, and include colors, voice, and decor. So we went through the same steps, but I gave the instructions as the role. So let's go back a little bit and talk about what we've talked about today. And then I'm going to talk to you about the AI basics. We talked about the different types of formatting that you can do in terms of a ChatGPT output. Okay, so that means the tables, the bullets, the numbered list, the quote blocks, all of those. And then we talked about the two different types of prompts, the explainer prompt and the conversational prompts. Now, today, I pulled this information directly from my course, okay? And it's called AI for Beginners, okay? It's called AI for Beginners. All right, and let me give you this overview. And I'm going to talk to you about what's shared. So in it are the AI basics, like what is AI? There's also a course for ChatGPT basics and a course for Dolly basics. So both of those are listed in here, okay? So the AI for Beginners course. Now the course is currently on sale for $97. The course I launched it yesterday, so it was only 48 hours. And then the course actually goes up, okay, to $197. Okay, so the link is in the comments, but let me show you what's in it. Okay, so the AI for Beginners is a Kickstart module. So we talk about the legal usage. Okay, can you legally use and sell? Okay, can you legally use and sell images and content that you create? So it talks about what the current legal status is. We've got an overview model where it just basically says, hey, these are the different AI styles out there, right? So we got generative AI, which is what it is, but you've got text to image, you got text to video, you've got video to video. So all of that is kind of listed so you understand the categories. And then also in this, there is a whole section of 9 different videos where I actually show demos of all of these different platforms. Because one of the biggest challenges I think people have is, I don't know what all is out there. There's so much going on. I don't know what all it does. I tell people this platform, this section, module 4, skip that and do it as needed because it's a lot of information to take in. Okay. I also go over just prompt engineering, that structure that I just showed you. This is where we go into it in details and you actually get to see me do examples, live. And then there's the ChatGPT for Beginners course. And there is the Dolly for Beginners course. And so let's just take a look at what is inside of that. Inside the ChatGPT course for beginners. Okay, we've got the overview, you got the setup, the tour, you got the prompt structure, and then we go into some more advanced skills that you can use in your day-to-day. Now, this is for beginners. This is AI for beginners. So if you are a little more advanced, yeah, there's some tips and tricks in here, but you don't need the whole thing. Just join my online community. But if you're new and you've been waiting because you didn't want to try to figure all of this stuff out, this is for you. Okay. And so the Dolly basics, the setup, the sizes and dimensions is important. We're going to go through the how to prompt for images, what's the prompt structure for images, how to edit the images inside of Dolly, and then even how to create consistent characters. A lot of people had asked that. So I actually walked through a demo on how to do it. Now, again, this is currently on sale and the link is in the demo. The link is in the demo. The link is in the caption. This is currently on sale for $97 and it will go up to 197 at midnight tonight, but I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to check it out. An opportunity to check it out. So that's it for me. I'm gonna hop off of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I'm going to, I promise, I keep saying I'm gonna do more videos, but I am gonna do it now. I think I just got out of the habit of it, but now I am super, super excited to come back to you guys and start again, particularly with this AI stuff. Okay, particularly with this AI stuff. All right, so that's it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye.